Hey, what's up? What's up? This is Tevin, Blasian Persuasion out here in Bali. Beautiful Bali, Canggu. It's my first time in Indonesia, and I got my guy Kenny right here. He actually reached out to me, like on a whim, randomly, gave me a call, and this was when I was back in the States, and he called me kind of asking about just like the digital nomad lifestyle, being a wholesaler, because there's not a lot of people that are kind of in this lane of, you know, real estate investing slash wholesaling that are going abroad and, and just living this digital nomad lifestyle. I see a lot of digital nomads, but I don't see a lot of real estate digital nomads because people think you can only do it you can only do it like in person or the old school traditional way. So I think it's awesome that other people are seeing the content. It inspired me to go out and make more content and also teach more people how to do this. And it's all about connecting and networking. So appreciate you reaching out, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Tell me about yourself. I mean, what got you out here, and what's next for you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm Kenny, everybody. I'm actually from Alaska, and I came out here to Bali like maybe 3 years ago, and at this time I still had a business, my previous business, but we sold that, and I was looking for a way to form a new business because I still wanted to live out here. I still wanted to travel. It really hit me that, it's possible to live this lifestyle and still be able to be making income back home, back in the U.S. and stuff like that. So I saw that as an advantage, but I really didn't see anybody doing it, not in the real estate space, like, what he had mentioned here. So one day I was just chilling in bed and I was just kind of going through my thoughts and stuff. And I was like, man, I wonder if anybody's actually out here like doing it. I know it's possible, but I want to see somebody like kind of like doing it and having it as their reality in a way. So I just went on YouTube. I looked up digital nomad real estate wholesaling, and one of your shorts came up actually, and it was you and a friend talking about doing some wholesaling, and you guys were living in Bangkok and stuff like that. So yeah, it really resonated with me, and then I just reached out, and now we're here in Bali. We just linked up for the first time, and we're just chatting up some real estate and traveling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang. So how are you doing it, and like how are you planning to live abroad and create income online?
Sure. Well, like I mentioned before, I had a previous business, and it was a restaurant. So, when I came out here, I was still running that business, but I really felt that it was kind of holding me back in a way from like living my my dream life.
Yep.
And I realized it was my dream life because when I came out here, I just felt it. I knew it was what I was wanting to be
Yeah.
doing.
Right.
I didn't want to go back home to Alaska. Which, don't get me wrong, Alaska's beautiful, but it's cold 8 months out of the year. That's so.
Yeah. Definitely feel that being from Seattle.
Yeah, so it was a mix of many different types of factors that led into us wanting to sell our business because it was a family-owned business. But that was one of my motivating factors, anyways. Was I felt like it was a brick and mortar that kind of tied me down a little bit. So when we sold that business, it was really, I kind of had to take a lot of time to think about what I want to do next, and I just landed on real estate wholesaling. I'd already been investing in real estate before this, but I was doing buy and hold only. Buy and hold is good and everything, and the cash flow can be good and stuff like that, but I really need to make more income, and as you can hold rentals and build equity, but you can't really use that equity to pay dinner.
Right, you can't
like that,
cash it out quickly.
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of how I landed on the wholesaling. Just being able to generate just kind of more cash flow and quicker money. And right now, we've done one deal so far. It's actually a flip back home in Alaska.
Nice.
And
Is that wholesale?
No, this one is this one that we picked up on the MLS, and then we've been renovating it. So,
nice.
I've been managing that remotely, and I have my brother who's boots on the ground. But as far as wholesaling goes, we're building up our pipeline and our leads on that, and I should have my first wholesale deal under contract here within maybe about a month or so. We're just waiting for them to close on probate. And
Nice.
then, we'll be going under contract. So
Nice.
yeah, just getting it going, and every day just one step at a time type of thing. But it's definitely all kind of coming along and fruitioning though.
Nice, man. So you're managing a flip right now in Alaska with your brother?
Managing a flip, and then we also have 6 units up in Alaska, and we're managing that too. I have a VA who's mainly handling communications and stuff.
Nice.
There's a time zone difference and whatnot.
Yeah, remotely from Bali, guys.
So, yeah, that's right.
This is it. This is it. So, so you said you have one VA right now, right? Mm-hmm. So pretty much a VA is like a virtual assistant that can handle tasks for you. So you have them like cold calling, and then you're doing the rest of kind of the closing and everything yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's how I started. I used a virtual call center in the Philippines. I use that on and off. Right now, I'm actually using like AI callers, voice callers, to kind of help me just generate leads. And then I have boots on the ground wholesalers that help me kind of close, take photos, and do all the boots on the ground work in Washington. But yeah, I'm also expanding across the states too. But right now, majority in Washington. And I was just saying, I haven't really heard of much wholesalers in Alaska. So if you're watching and you're interested in off-market properties in Alaska, this is your guy right here. Like the game in Alaska. I mean, is it like active there? I mean, what's like, like the average price point, or kind of, what's the investor game like over there?
Sure. I mean, as far as like wholesaling goes, there's not too much of that going on. There are some like cash buyer businesses and stuff, but there's not like one big like kind of dedicated wholesaler that the investors go to. Because I even know like when we were looking for just doing flips or buying rentals and stuff, we weren't really able to find wholesalers,
Right.
So I think the reason why is just because there's just not a lot. There's probably not as much inventory to work with to kind of like maybe, I don't do it consistently or whatever the case might be. But my philosophy was to always try it and don't make assumptions, and
right.
I think that could have been part of the reason why we don't have a lot of wholesalers though, is there's just not a lot of inventory. But I'm still giving it a go and seeing what it can do for me though.
Sounds like a huge opportunity though, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
you never know. So
yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to get into the Alaska market.
For sure. Help me out over here.
Right. No, that's awesome, man. Like, we're both kind of creating this life out here. We plan to go to Thailand. You said you're gonna move there too, right?
Yeah. Thailand's my
yeah,
spot, yeah.
I'm just visiting Bali, but so far I'm enjoying it. We're at a co-working space, B-Work out here. You got like a whole coffee shop downstairs. They have like a yoga studio and different like monitors. Like it's pretty awesome. It's like a 24-hour space as well here. I believe in Thailand they have like in Chiang Mai, they have a kind of a similar vibe, like a co-working type of vibe.
Yeah, in Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
A lot of traveler, digital nomads out there too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of just wanted to be around it, honestly, because I'm usually just chilling in Bangkok. So.
True. I'm always in the room and stuff.
Right, which I think is the kind of the best place to work. You don't want to have distractions, and when you're on the phones and work in the U.S. time zone, you can't really, I don't know, it kind of makes sense to kind of be in your room.
Yeah. Still good to get out and feel the energy though.
Right, exactly, because that can be isolating.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, like you're one of the few. Shout out to Bert too. Got like a few in the squad that are virtual wholesaling. Would love if anyone else reach out if you're interested in this or also virtual wholesaling, the U.S. market, living in Southeast Asia, let us know. We're getting the community started, and yeah. Any last words?
You know, if you're thinking about doing it, you must be thinking about it for a reason. So
Right.
you know, it must be calling you, and you should look into it because you know it's a good life, and
Yeah, man.
a lot of people they want to have this type of freedom, but they wait until they're 60, you know, to retire and to do that.
Facts. And they think that's the only way.
Yeah,
But there are many ways, you know, and, you know, even just, this is just one way that I feel like not a lot of people are doing, but there are tons of ways in 2025, you know, modern times to, you know, create income online, and, you know, kind of just create a life for yourself. So, you know, I really want to see more people happy and living their dreams, you know, at a young age, because it's possible.
yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, we're just here to kind of spread that word and, yeah, keep it going. Peace out.